everybody, how you doing? I got a couple of tips for you today. One's pretty low-level thought, another kind of a higher thought. But we got some, it's kind of skidded off terrain, packed powder. It's not the worst in the world, but it's not something I want to really trust carving. It's kind of choppy and stuff too. I saw this on an Instagram video, and I like the thought. I'm always talking about carving, but this is more skidded turns when the runs are in snow conditions that you can't trust because of some icy spots. And it's such a simple thought. The video on Instagram I watched was I think it was a mom just telling the little kid, aim for the texture. That's a nice thought. Let's aim for an icy spot here first. Like, that just doesn't feel good on these icy spots. Hey, how you doing? Hey, thank you, man. The icy spots, they're just not pleasurable to, find balance on. I wish it was actually icier to really demonstrate, but that's more of the thought of just fine texture. And then it's pushing snow down a little bit. Push snow down on the texture. Nice and easy. Nothing too hard about that idea, but when it seems too icy, yep, just aim for texture. And it's more of a smearing of the turns rather than a carved turn. The next tip's gonna be for carving specifically. Let's get the better terrain at the bottom here. The next tip involves holding a damn selfie stick while snowboarding. It is not optimal. None of my best snowboarding is done when I'm holding a selfie stick. It's limited mechanics, it's wrong body positions in some cases. Obviously, I've done it enough where I can do it pretty decent, but and I prefer it because then I don't have to have someone near me. I've been hit by filmers before, and I just don't want to take those gambles. So I'd rather aim the selfie stick unless it's like other video cameras that can really zoom in for a while, or if it's people I really trust with their edges, like Gary Watts. Oh, he was a pleasure to film with. Such amazing edge control at all times. But when you get a new snowboard, I've seen this a handful of times with the Knapton twin, where I've seen it in YouTube videos with people I don't know, and I've seen it with people I know on the mountain here, where very first run on their new snowboard, they're already holding the selfie stick and taping it, and their turns just aren't pure yet. Like, it's kind of just the thought of, you gotta like really kind of just put your body in harmony with the board. You want to make it feel like an extension of your body. And when you jump up in waist widths or in side cut radiuses, it is new circles that the board will make. It's a stiff board, and that's why, when it's tilted on edge and decambered, it wants to hold a really nice clean line. But to find those nice new clean lines, because they will be, if there's a larger radius, they will be bigger lines than you're used to. If it's a wider board, it's kind of got to just be the thought of, oh, my edges are out here now. How do I put myself in harmony to utilize that the edges are wider out and just extended beyond where we're used to, and think about just tilting the board there. And it's best just to go, I recommend, when I get new boards, I just want to snowboard by myself and make a lot of turns and really just think about how to figure this board out. How does this sweet board want to glide on a metal edge when it's tilted? And it's just make those turns over and over and over and over, and eventually that kind of feeling of just it being an extension of the body comes along. But if you're not focused on kind of thinking about it like that, the board can take you for wild rides, so you got to be able to tame it. I don't know, just a random thought there. I haven't done a cab 360. I think I've only done one cab 360 this whole year, so that's going to be my goal for this run. Let's make some turns and see if I can find a little spot to take a switch stance heel side carve and just transfer that pressure in, allow the board's nanotubes of the wood, so to speak, to make the pop happen for me. First, I'll find some nice clean switch carving. And that ain't it. Ain't no power with that. Here's a perfect spot, but this guy's in my way. Oh, yep, I ain't gonna be able to do it because it's just a little too questionable. Bummer. Maybe next run. I think that would work good. I should have waited. I could do the edge control part. Heels. And it's gonna be a toe side landing, even if it's just a split second. This might work. Yo! Sloppy! Without a camera in my hand, it would be easier. But not bad for my second try, I guess, of the year. But it's definitely a trick I want to be able to release at any time. Get those bindings a little tighter. All right, cap 3. Try 2 today. Try number 2 today. Try number 3 of the season. Oh, that one felt good. I even held back on that. Woo! Woo! Thank you all for watching. Happy shredding. I'm very familiar with this board, but over the past week I've been trying some of my previous boards just to ride those specs and see if kind of brainstorm of what specs I'll go with next. But any new, so I wasn't taping at all. I was just, hey, what does this board want to do? And that's kind of just the general thought. But when you get new boards, yeah, so many boards are just really different. So it just takes time to kind of form the habits and make it feel like the extension of the body. So one drill I like when I get on new stuff is just skid some turns. Purposely just pick a side of the run and just make nice little skidded turns and really just feel those edges and try to feel in control of them. So when you get new boards, I honestly don't feel like it's worth charging and doing a lot of your best things. It's just making lots of turns and making those turns feel pure. So let's talk about those in the turn shape and then taking the freestyle to it. So if we got a turn like, let's say my switch stance heel side. Whoosh. Well, there's a buildup of energy when you decamber the board, and then it releases the energy. And switch into the toe side edge, whoosh, edge transfer, and then a new line right there. So on freestyle tricks, it's the exact same process. Switch stance heel side into a switch stance toe side. So switch stance heels, pop off the nose, but we want to land on that toe side edge because then we're like giving the board energy again instantly. Or if you switch stance heel side, pop, and then land back on your heel side edge, oh, you're just landing at the bottom of the circle, so to speak, and the pressures build up and forces a skid. That's the difference of like really clean lines versus dirty and sloppy lines. When you're watching Instagram and stuff, like top riders, you'll usually see them using those clean lines like that. And Jerry Slams of the day, Jerry Slams, oh, what a great account that is, Jerry Slams. Follow that because you'll see like everything wrong to do. Whew, it's kind of a nightmare to watch versus beautiful snowboarding and beautiful decision making. Mostly it's bad decision making in the cases of Jerry Slams. It's just, people go too fast. You get a little out of control. Just staying in control feels so good. Yeah, let's go try to clean up, make a couple more of those cap 3s happen. Heels to toes. Or if I went heels to heels, oh, it's abrasive on the body, and yeah, just landing on the wrong part of the circle. So it just gets sloppy and dangerous. Building up those quads, side flip the movie, the sequel to the sequel. Thank you all for watching. Happy shredding. Kristen finding the glide. Good work. Mirroring some turns where the snow's not so good, and down here the snow's a little better, so well, now she starts tilting it. I love watching her. She was terrible at snowboarding when we first met. Terrible. So it's nice to see this progression.